Hello there, my fellow Jeffs. Today, we'll be previewing the GeoGuessr World Championship Finals that will be taking place in Copenhagen at the KB Hallen on the 29th and the 30th of August. We'll be explaining the journey each finalist had to undertake and what makes this so special. If you're brand new to the channel, I am Harrier, aka Jeff, and I have took part in 2 wildcards, the World League, the EMEA Regionals this year. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it. The very first matchup is going to be between Radu and Zone. It will be a best of 5, move, no move, move, no move, and NMPZ. I am very excited for this fixture because Zone had a very, very dominant performance in the Danish wildcard, and Radu has had an unbelievable year in the GeoGuessr competitive scene. If we look at the World League standings, he finished top, and this was because of his Americas performance where he became the Americas champion. Also, another thing I want to quickly bring up with Radu, you can see he's 24-19, which is crazy. This is the highest ELO peak that anybody has achieved at GeoGuessr. I'm fairly sure that is true, but I know Geo is also very close to this peak as well. Regardless, it's a very impressive thing to achieve from Radu, and he's won the Americas, he finished top of the World League, he's going for the treble this year. He's also a good friend of mine, and I really wish him the best. And this is Zone's very first World Championship final appearance, and I don't know too much about Zone, but I know he's an incredible talent. In the Danish wildcard, he was by far the best player there. It's going to be interesting to see how he performs against Radu, and I want him to enjoy his time there and wish him the best of luck. The next fixture is Mu against Shiina, and this is a very exciting matchup. I genuinely feel this could go either way, and both players have very similar strengths in the league. They were only 2 points difference, so it's extremely tight. They are very level in terms of match when it comes to their performances in the league. We can see that Shiina has a peak ELO of 2300. That is crazy, Jeff, and has also achieved the #1 rank at a given point. And the same case can be applied to Mu. This is a very even match, and I feel like the moving is extremely strong from both players. NMPZ, if it goes that way, is going to be really interesting to see what happens, but also I just really wish them the best. I've met both lads in person. They're absolute legends of the community and very nice lads, and I just want them to have a good time, battle it out, and let's just see who comes out on top. MK against Kapten. MK was the runner-up of the World Championship Finals, and he is an incredible talent, and I don't feel that there's anybody in the community who can guess the pace at which he does in InstaSense and be so consistent and precise at a regular basis. And that's what made him do really well, I feel, in last year's World Championships. He's been to 2 finals, and he's only just narrowed out by NMPZ. I'm sure he would be wanting to get that victory. He's definitely got it in him. So including his performance in the Americas Major, he finished in the top 4. So he's right up there amongst the very best in this bracket. Very exciting player, and just such a unique type of player as well. Like, quite a contrast to someone like Blinky, who would usually take more time in the rounds, and whereas MK, it's more unpredictable. 1 minute he could insta-send, 1 minute he could use the time and take advantage of it. He's a very versatile player in the GeoGuessr scene, and he is facing Kapten. Kapten is a very strong player. I feel like he's one of the most underrated players in this competition, if I'm being frankly honest. I've been in track with his progress amongst the years because he did take part in leagues that I hosted well over 2 or 3 years ago. It's honestly amazing to see how far he's come from there. In terms of the World League, we saw he finished 13th. If we look at the EMEA, he did get knocked out by Pan, but for him, it did not make a difference. He still qualified automatically to the finals. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does. It's going to be a very tough match against MK, but I feel like Kapten's moving and no moving is very impressive. It's just a matter of question, can he deal with them InstaSense against MK? Can he do it back? Can he really change the tide of the game with the quicker paced games? I don't know, Jeff. I feel like that can go either way, like pretty much all these games. It's a very exciting matchup, and I just wish them both the best and to have a good time whilst playing. Next up, we have Eamonn or Eamonn against Strefan. Eamonn is a very close friend of mine. Also, let's talk about how he did in the APAC. He won the entire thing, got some silverware in the moment. I was very happy for him, and it boosted him all the way into the places, because I believe in the World League he was not in the top 13 until after this amazing performance to get into it. He did get 98 points, but 40 of it was from that win. He would have only just have made it if he even got second, so he had to have got top 2 in order to make it into the finals based off the other major competitions. So Eamonn absolutely smashed it, very deserved, and I know he's been grinding very hard, and I feel like he's very adaptive to many different playstyles. I feel like Strefan's just been getting better and better in the last few months. He did get into the top 13 without the need of getting the top 4 in the majors. Very impressive stuff from Strefan. He had a very strong end into the World League. If he didn't have that strong finish in the World League, he would have not made it to the finals, most likely. Very talented player. He put so much research in. Like, there was a Russia JSON for all the antennas that he shared, and that is like my main resource that I use to get better at Russia. So shout out Strefan. He's helped so many people in the community and deserves a lot of credit. And like I say, this is a very even matchup. Anything could happen, and I just want both lads to have a great time. Blinky against Jamabi. Blinky, of course, won the World Championship 2024, aka last year. You know Blinky, if you are close in the community or keep up to date with GeoGuessr, you would know how unbelievably talented this guy really is. But if you are new, Blinky has been to both finals of each World Championship, and he did win the one last year. His peak elo is 2382. Not too far from Radu's peak elo. Another thing with Blinky is his moving is unbelievable, Jeff. It's motivated a lot of people in the community to go that extra mile, and lots of legends, including Moo, watch plenty of recordings or record attempts from Blinky, and that's how they learned and improved and got better at some areas of their moving. So yeah, Blinky is a very strong, well-rounded player. For the World League, I believe he finished first, but in the EMEA, he did not win the EMEA. He finished second place, with Debre beating him in the final. So he did finish second in the overall rankings, just behind Radu, but you can see it's a 15-point gain difference. So you can see the point differential if you exclude the results of the regionals. Blinky was the most consistent player in the World League this year. Blinky is an absolute legend in the community, has motivated so many people, including myself, in getting better and always looking for improvements. So a massive shout out to Blinky, huge role model in the community, an unbelievable talent, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does. And I also just want him to have a really good time whilst playing, and he's got the ability to go all the way like he did last year. Jamabi is a very close friend of mine. He's grinded incredibly hard. He did win the Open Major Wildcard. Do not underestimate this Open Major Wildcard. It had so many stacked players in, and for him to win this was a huge, incredible achievement. It was honestly very deserved. So shout out Jamabi. He absolutely smashed it in the Open Major and thoroughly deserved to make it through. It's going to be a very, very tough game against Blinky, the champion, but Jamabi is capable of putting on an unbelievable performance. I think his moving is strong. I think his no moving is just continuing to get better, and his NMPZ is very impressive. Like, when I played against Jamabi for the last 2-3 years, it always impresses me how strong his NMPZ is. So if you're in a tiebreaker, I would definitely not want Jamabi. I feel like this matchup, do not underestimate Jamabi. Like, I know Blinky is the world champion, but put respect on every single player who's made it. They've made it for a reason to this finals. It's going to be a very exciting matchup, and if Jamabi shows up at his best, this can honestly go either way as well. And I also wish them the best of luck throughout this competition. The next fixture is Leero against Finbarr, and this is a really interesting matchup. So Leero did finish runners up, and it really helped him boost, because without those 25 points, not enough to have made it to the finals. Finbarr finished 10th and also did get 5 points by finishing 4th in the EMEA. Despite not really getting that many points in the major, he comfortably made it to the finals and was one of the most consistent performing players throughout the World League. There he is with his cheeky ginger mustache and beard, Chris Kamara. I feel like Finbarr, for me, is a very consistent player and extremely well-rounded, whereas I feel like Leero is more towards the no move and especially the NMPZ, where his strengths mostly lie. So it'll be very interesting, because I feel like Finbarr is the more well-rounded player, but I feel like with the no move and NMPZ, Leero has his main strengths in those positions, so it's going to be very very interesting to see how Leero plays against Finbarr in the moving game, how he will go about it, and also how will Finbarr match with him in the no move and NMPZ, because I feel like it's a very level playing field. I'm very excited to see how this pans out. I wish them both the best of luck, and let's just see what happens, Jeff. For the penultimate match, we have got Debre against Clement. Debre won the EMEA Majors, which was very impressive. He beat Blinky in the NMPZ. Honestly, he's got a very solid chance of winning this entire thing. He's had a very strong performance in the EMEA. Also, Debre did have a good performance in the World League. I think he had a very bad start, similar to me, but he bounced back tremendously and finished very strong in the World League. And also on top of that, he got third place, including his major win. And even without the major win, he would have been on 84 points, so he would have still comfortably have made it. And he'll be facing Clement. And honestly, it's been very interesting and exciting watching how much Clement has improved in this year alone. Honestly, probably as unpredictable as I would say in terms of MK. Like, I feel like Clement can send quickly. He's improved at all modes. He's been improving a lot at the moving, and it's been very interesting and exciting to watch his improvements during the World League, and also how he performed, especially in the wildcard. He did not win that by chance. He convincingly won that wildcard. That wildcard, to me, was the hardest wildcard to win, because you had World League proven players. All these players were fresh and were very strong coming into it, and Clement stood out from the rest. So let's find Clement. I think we have to keep moving, Chris Kamara. There he is. Right, so 2300. He made it for the wildcard, but his peak elo is 2300, and he has reached rank number 2 in the world. Honestly, do not underestimate this guy. He is one for the future. He's incredibly talented, and I've been thoroughly impressed with how much he's improved in the space of a year. It would not surprise me the slightest if he beats Debre. I feel like this is much more even than people make out. He honestly is world class. In my opinion, one of the strongest players coming into this competition. It's going to be very exciting to see how he adapts to Debre's gameplay, especially in the moving, because I feel like Clement's no move is extremely solid. His NMPZ might be up there with the best as well. So I feel like this matchup is very even and could go either way. And finally, we have Consus against Lennli. Lennli is an absolute legend in the community, has had a huge impact, especially on the Germany community in particular, and makes plenty of videos and is a very nice guy and an incredible talent at GeoGuessr. It was not easy for him to get here. He had to have a very strong performance in the EMEA Major to have made it, because he did not finish in the top 13 after the 39 games in the World League. He had to have finished in the top 3 or higher to have made it. He did get those 15 points in the Major, and that's what got him in. Funnily enough, they faced each other before. They faced each other in the quarterfinals. Lennli did come out on top, and it just shows you like it could go either way on the day. Both players are as strong as each other. Also, it was very inspiring to see how well Lennli did at the Major, and also it was an honor playing against him, and we had a really good game, put on a show. So Consus was the 2023 World Champion, the very first GeoGuessr World Champion. You cannot ignore this guy. This guy is world class, as you'd expect. He's a good friend of mine as well, same as Lennli, and this match I am just so excited for. I just really want them both to have a great game and just see what happens, you know. I know Consus is an absolute grinder. I nickname him the silent grinder for a reason. I feel he's going to be very hungry for this one, and I'm sure he knows that he's got it in him. Like I say, he has won it before. In the actual World League, I believe he actually finished second before the Major, with only Blinky, the current world champion, being higher. I'm really excited for this. I feel like this could go either way. It's going to be interesting to see like how it compares to the last matchup. Will it end the same with Lennli coming out on top, or will Consus just control the game and really limit the chances of Lennli getting back into it? It could involve a lot of strategy. It could involve early sends. They've both got the quality to go far in this competition. Best of luck to them both, and I'm looking forward to like catching them up in person in Copenhagen. I will also be vlogging whilst I am there to showcase my first time being in Copenhagen, but of course for the World Championships as well. I'm sure you guys are all excited as well. Very exciting times. On the 29th of August, Chris Kamara. Jeff.